We're very privileged to have
Thank you.
somebody who I read and studied in university more than 25 years back. She's an inspiration to so many people around the world. It's always such a privilege to interview Vandana Shiva, who joins us now, an environmental activist par excellence, an anti-globalization author, and somebody whose views on the road ahead are valuable for all of us. Ms. Shiva, would you say that until the environment becomes a political issue in this country, there can never be any profound change, not in the way that we want it?
Well, the corona has made it a political issue, and it is an environmental issue. After all, the 300 new pathogens that have impacted humanity in the last half century, which is the lifetime of my activism, have all come from deforestation. They are basically spillovers. Even in our own case, the destruction of the Western Ghats led to the monkey disease, the Kiasna root disease, the Ebola virus, the MERS virus, the SARS, and how from the bats it moved to humans. That is the big debate. Someone says Wuhan lab, someone else says something. But the point is, corona is a result of invasion into forest ecosystems. And if we are able to sacrifice lives and livelihoods of millions of people, that's a political issue. It's just that we have become blind. We are a country that has a civilization that thinks in broadness, in holistic terms. The corona is an ecological issue and it is a political issue. But there is, of course, the quietening by the lockdown. And so we talk about the blue waters and the blue skies, and animals roaming the streets. But exactly at this time where we
वंदना मैम से हम बात जारी रखना चाहेंगे, उनसे सवाल करने की कोशिश करेंगे, लेकिन फ़िलहाल मुझे कहा जा रहा है हमारे साथ अगली मेहमान जुड़ गई हैं, सत्या संकरन, साइकिल मेयर बेंगलुरु की हमारे साथ यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। मैं सर आपसे यही जानना चाहूँगी कि साइकिल एक ऐसा व्हीकल है जो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग इस्तेमाल करें, और हमारा जो ज़मीनी तबका है वो तो करता है, लेकिन जब बड़े लोग, आप जैसे मेयर लोग इस्तेमाल करते हैं तो वो एक संदेश भी देता है। कैसे ये ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रयोग में लाए साइकिल को?
See, I don't think we should reduce the effect of cycles in the cities to what the earlier panelists have said. It's very important today. It's going to be the future because half of India's population lives in cities. And we can't brush off cities as an insignificant effort to climate change. Its reduction is to bracket it as just a civic issue because 40% of air pollution in cities are caused by tailpipe emissions. So cycling today can improve health of the people because motor vehicles are leading to increased levels of stress hormones, poor air quality, the productivity of employees is going down, and cycling can improve not only the health, it keeps COVID away and it can kickstart your economy. This is what we want today. This is what the country is looking for. And it's getting everything. But getting people on bicycles is a public change-making thing. Unlike the corporate change management, this requires persistence, awareness, icons, using policy windows like the one we have now. So we need to include all of this. In fact, Bengaluru police yesterday have shown the way by allowing cycling during the lockdown. It's probably the first in the country which has given cyclists respect in these times. It's kudos to them. I think the MHA also needs to follow this and issue guidelines about cycling. There is no mention of cycling. Employers in the cities are also being conservative. They need to capitalize on such opportunities.
All right, Mr. Sankaran, do just stay on with us and we'll discuss more about how we can push cycling. But we have Vandana Shiva also back with us. Ma'am, you were talking about how a lot of, the talk these days is about how the air is clean, it's looking cleaner, the rivers are looking cleaner. But this is not enough, that we need to, this is a wake-up call to us all. And this is a time for us to change the way we function, to be more self-reliant, to, change our agricultural habits as well. It's time to bring about major changes in the way we develop.
Absolutely. And the same system that has led to invasion of the Amazon for soya bean and invasion of the Indonesian forest for palm oil, which are bad oils, have also led to chronic diseases. And chronic diseases amplify the mortality of COVID by a factor of 10. If you look at who, the Bhopal victims are the people dying of COVID. the cancer alley, the diabetes victims, the cancer victims. So ecology means seeing the interconnections. We need to see the interconnections of the destruction of the earth in terms of rise of pandemics. We need to see the destruction of our health by an agriculture that should never have existed. And my work in Navdanya has shown we can feed 2 times India's population if we protect diversity. And I would request the government to not give clearances to create future floods, future pandemics, and destroy what remains of our little bits of forest. I think it is wrong that the Environment Minister has been giving virtual approvals for very big projects up in Dimang Valley, up in the Western Ghats. We need to assess all of this together. That's why policies are supposed to evolve with a balance, and ease of living is what the corona has got us all locked down for. It's time to make ease of living and ease of health and ease of livelihood the primary policy function, not ease of doing shorter business while we spread new diseases, make millions, half of India could lose its livelihood if we do not shift from fossil fuels and chemicals to an agriculture that invites the displaced people from the cities back to the land. The rejuvenation of India through a rural India in Gandhi's vision is the only way we will have a future. Otherwise, multiple crises are going to destroy us.
No, absolutely, ma'am. I can't agree more. And we've seen the climate acting up so much in the past. It's time we get serious about this, and we really take it upon ourselves to make a change. Thanks, ma'am, very much for being with us. I just
want to show you this. These are hailstorms up in the mountains that have devastated agriculture. This is climate change. We only think of climate change as heating. Climate change is climate chaos, and it's killing people.
Absolutely. It affects different people and different areas in different ways. Absolutely, ma'am. Point taken. Thank you so much for sharing that and reminding us of that again. Let me go back to Satya Shankaran, the cycle mayor of Bengaluru. Mr. Shankaran, the problem really lies, as far as cycling in our cities is concerned, with the way roads are built, the way roads are structured. These are not bicycle friendly. If anything, these are designed to ultimately end up potentially hurting people who decide to get out. So as part of your efforts in the city of Bengaluru, what are you trying to do to encourage the government to make roads bicycle friendly?
We already did that. The recent comprehensive mobility plan that the state government put out, it planned for 175 kilometers in 15 years, which is totally insignificant. Right. We went and asked for 2,000 kilometers, and I think they've agreed to something in between. So the infrastructure is terrible, and it is required. But let's not underestimate the fact that our addiction to energy-intensive forms of communication, as you can see from a lot of panelists, don't seem to think that cycling is a solution. I think it requires a mindset. It requires a different mindset in understanding what this means for our cities and why such dense...